My name is Cloudy and today I just want to do like a quick video. It's an introduction to my 10 uses project pan. I got this idea from Kathleen Costello. I'm sorry if I pronounce it incorrectly. I just saw her video this morning on YouTube, and she talked about her project pan, which includes only 10 products, and the goal is to only use them for 10 times. And I feel like that's such a great idea, because sometimes when I think about my consumerism behavior, I feel like, oh, I'm a bit guilty for the fact that I own way more product that I could use them up, and the fact that I couldn't use any of them up is kind of a focal point of this issue. But I don't want to guilt trip myself anymore. I want to focus on using my own product and maybe scouting through my collections to see if I can get any more use of the product I have been neglected. I personally think it's a very refreshing idea when it comes to project pans, because it just get you to use a product without a big concern about a big commitment that I have to hit pan or I have to use it up. I will definitely link her channel down below and her video, and I think yeah, I really like her as a YouTuber and I really enjoy her content. So I'm inspired by that idea, and I want to show you the 10 products that I'm gonna pick to be included in my 10 uses project pan. The first one would be this Skin Proud Refresher Hydrating Face Mist. I bought this one end of last year, but haven't gotten a chance to like fully incorporate it into my routine, because to me, setting mist or like hydrating mist specifically, this is more of a refreshing hydrating mist, is not something that I subconsciously remind myself to use every time I do my makeup. Like, it's not essential, it's like a bit of an extra thing. So I think this kind of product is kind of perfect for this type of project pan. I just want to get more use out of it, but no matter I could think of it as a staple or not, it's not that important. I didn't include any concealer because I feel like I only have 5 concealers in my collections. I keep rotating them quite frequently and I like them technically equally, so I don't think that pressuring myself, like pressuring is such a strong word, but I don't think like putting any of them in a project pan would make any sense in terms of increasing my usage. So I just pick out this powder. This is the L'Oreal True Match Even Perfecting Powder Foundations. I got the shade Nude Ivory. This is a decent powder foundation. I don't use it as foundations, I just want to use it as my setting powder, and it's quite like thick and heavy to be used as a standalone setting powder, so I really have to use a slight hand on it. But overall it's quite nice, and I do believe that if I remind myself more often, I could get some more use out of it. Next up would be cheek products. I have one blush, one bronzer, and one highlighter. So let's start off with the blush. So I have this little Tarte palette, and I want to use this blush. It's called Abstract 10 times. This is the Amazonian clay formula, so a little bit famous in the market, and I think it's a really nice blush. I'm wearing it today and it just reminds me how gorgeous this shade really is. Like, it's a neutral pink, and neutral pink is always my kind of staple, not technically my absolute favorite in the way that it brings me joy, it brings me such a strong sense of fashions and inspirations to do my makeup in a creative way. But it's easy to go, I just have to throw it on, doesn't have to worry too much about the texture or the pigmentation. It's just like really good, like right at the middle of the road. Some like reliable sources of blush that you can trust. So I'll definitely want to use it a little bit more during this project pan. And I'm getting back into highlighter. Like for a while I stopped using highlighters altogether, but lately I want to use my highlighters, which is a good sign. So I put this Physician Formula Butter Blush in the shade Natural Glow. So it's a blush, but this shade on my skin is definitely a highlighter. No way it could work as a blush. It has this quite natural champagne, a little bit pink glow. I don't consider it to be like my absolute favorite, but because it's very natural and non-blinding at all, that's why I can think of using it. And I don't hate it. It's not glittery, and it's kind of the type of product that I can use a little bit and kind of amp up my makeup look. Sometimes I do forget that, like, if you could just take a little bit of time, maybe 30 more seconds, applying something like a contour, a nose contour, like a highlighter, your makeup look would be amped up just a little bit. But because the little bit, that kind of scale is too insignificant compared to other steps, so I personally don't think of putting that little extra of effort. But I think that's the whole point of this project pan. Like, I want to try a little bit harder with my makeup routine. So I think this is kind of a good product too. And this is my bronzer of choice. This is the Body Shop Freestyle Multitasking Color Shimmer in the shade Rebel. So it's actually a liquid highlighter, but because of the shade, I use it as my liquid bronzer, like a sheer shimmering liquid bronzer. And I like this product. I have talked so much about this product and I love it, but because of the applications, I feel like I don't really want to reach for it. To use this product, I have to squeeze it out to the back of my hands, and if I want to mix it with something else, I have to do all the mixing and then using a sponge or a brush on the back of my hand. I have to wash my hand. That's kind of a whole process rather than just reach for a powder or a cream product, a cream bronzer in a pan where I can just dip my brush or my sponge directly into that. So like I said, this is a chance for me to take a little bit of effort to really try to use a product that I know that could work for me. So I think I can get some really good use out of this one, and I really want to. We do have 3 eye products here. I got an eyeshadow palette. This is the e.l.f. Bite-Size eyeshadow in the shade Rose Water. This is an old palette and it was my favorite, but the shades, I think 3 shades out of 4 started shattered and they crumbled, and I had to, like, at one point repress 2 of them. And I also don't think the formula is as good as it used to, so I want to get 10 uses out of it. And when it's the time for me to consider to retire it, maybe I would feel a little bit better, a little bit relieved, because I have used it for the value that I got it for. So I think that's kind of like the best way to go already, and at that point maybe I'm gonna be ready to part away with it. But this palette is really good. It's like straight up my alley. It's my everyday kind of color story, and I don't see like the difficulty that I could get into if I try to use it. This is the Oh Hey Brow Microprecision pencil in the shade MissGuided. I think this brand is discontinued and I couldn't find it where I got it before, which is Chemist Warehouse. So I think this is just the time for me to use it up. I don't like the concept of precision micro pencil altogether. It's just not for me. I want something quicker to just like fill in the kind of uneven spots on my brow. So this is like too much of an effort. Even though the shade is really great, I got the shade Super Dark, which is perfect matte. So it's kind of a thing when I need a brow pencil and I would just have to reach for a brow pencil kind of situation. And I have an eyeliner here. Somehow I keep forgetting that I need to add eyeliners because I feel like eyeliner makes such a difference, but it has to be the right shade. So this is the Flower Beauty Forever Wear Long Wear eyeliner. I got the shade Amethyst, and I like the shade, but it's just not my everyday go-to shade. So it's a deep plummy shade. It has a bit of a shimmer in it, but I prefer a brown. Like sometimes when I do a full matte look, that's when I need an eyeliner to kind of tie everything together and get a little bit of definition. But I'm using it today. Like I'm actually wearing it a little bit on my lower lash line, and it looks quite nice. So maybe this is the kind of way that I could get 10 uses out of it, and I'm not mad about that. The last category is lip. I have a lip liner. This is the Beauty Vaulte lip liner in the shade Beau Babe. It's a warm terracotta, kind of like a very warm brown. Yeah, I got these lip liners. I got 3 altogether in a boxy charm a few years ago. This is kind of my least used shade, so that's why I want to get some more use out of it, like seeing it getting shorter and shorter. That's kind of my goal. But ideally, I don't want to pair this lip liner, this color, with this kind of like rosy mauve eyeshadow palette. Also, even like in this kind of eye and cheek palette, I have some neutral shade. I don't think they would pair together. This is like too warm, so I'll just have to use it separately, but not like using them all together. Finally is the lip gloss. This is the Lancome Juicy Tubes. I believe someone gave it to my mom a while ago, but she didn't want to use it because she prefers a tinted lip balm, so she gave it to me. Very, very kind of her. I have the shade Marshmallow Electro. So this is a clear shimmering lip balm. Yeah, it's not much. It's quite thick, quite sticky. Not my favorite formula, but I do believe I could get some more use out of it because I'm in a phase of like testing and trying a lot of glossy lip products. Like for a while, everything is just matte. Like I love bullet matte lipstick, liquid matte lipstick, but now I intentionally want to add lip glosses to kind of my lip situation that day. Like when I use a lipsticks are still my staple, but like every time I use a lipstick, I always want to reach for a lip gloss or lip balm or lip oil to add a little bit of shine to it. So I think if I want to use this product, this is the right time. This is like the exact time for me to try to use it. So I'm very, very confident that I could succeed this project pan slowly but successfully. That's kind of my idea right now, and I don't want to rush myself or push myself. I just want to use my makeup because I have a beautiful collections. I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, I'm Cloudy, and hopefully we'll see each other again. Bye.